the end is so beautiful. Today, neither will I quote any great leaders, nor will I make an attempt to steal the show by exaggerating inspirational stories. Today, I would like to share a few of my personal moments which made me what I am, from whom I was. When I grew up, I realized my parents belonged to a lower middle class family with no access to education at all. My younger brother and sister completed our beautiful family. I always stood first in class. Just for that, I was treated as a superhero in my family. At my school, I went from strength to strength. By this time, my mother has already started declaring to friends, relatives, family that I will be the most successful person. And why I will be the most successful person? For her, success only meant end of problems. Ironically, for me also, success only meant is to learn by heart the maths formulae and chemical equations. My mother was my best friend, my greatest buddy, my greatest supporter. Out of nowhere, I suddenly found a new passion. I was a gifted cricketer. People who watched me at my peak said me that I will be representing country very soon. My reverse sweep to fast bowlers were simply amazing. But then, my parents urged me, saying that playing cricket is a rich man's hobby and we cannot afford it. I willingly and happily sacrificed my first love, which was cricket. Things like washing of bicycle, polishing of shoes, packing of lunchbox was done with such great precision and unconditional love that most of my friends at school thought were jealous of me and said that everyone should have parents like you. I was treated like a king. I was given the respect of a leader. Time passed. And time flew like within a blink of an eye. I completed my engineering. That is when I have gifted my parents the most amazing and happy moment of their lives when I got a job. It was not my personal accomplishment. It was theirs. For them I was successful. But then my mother was a little emotional because I will be leaving them for the first time in my life. My already king-like status was elevated to even greater heights. I had to go to Bombay. My father bought a Reliance STD free connection. We were discussing everything on phone. What else was the code word. At the end of every sentence, the next conversation began with what else. What else and what else. I wondered how Reliance was making profits. At that point, I was living my life to its full, enjoying every minute of it. I recollect my mother asking me to wear a sweater just because it was chilly and cold in Hyderabad. I was at the top of my career, I thought. Just though I joined as a trainee. Everything was going well. Until a day, then suddenly I received a call from my family saying that my mother is not well. I had to rush back immediately. And when I came to Hyderabad, and when I went into the ICU, I did not believe what I was seeing. I did not know what was happening. It was a brain hemorrhage. We both looked into each other's eyes. We both knew something was very wrong. Just minutes after that, my heart stopped. I became a stranger to myself. I lost myself. Life became an unquenched thirst and a series of unsuccessful and unfinished dreams. I had so much time but nothing to do. My life every day had said me, don't destroy me. There was no one who offered me little more rice. There was no one who was waiting at my feet. There was no one who was praying for my success and happiness. There was no one for whom I have to live my life. I still pick up the phone to call her, to give her some kind of news that I am waiting for her. I still feel her touch. I still listen to her voice. I still feel she's alive in my heart. I cried by hiding my wounded heart. I cried with a smile on my face. I cried without showing my tears. I cried by cursing my fate. Nothing worked. Life became a tragedy. I was not the same person I was. I decided to call it a day. I can't take this pain anymore. That is when somewhere I heard a force or my inner conscience said me, it was me who was supposed to pass away and my mom has traded my life. That is when I decided not to give up. I definitely knew the end should be beautiful than what it is. I did not give up. I put on a mask, a happy mask, and started living a paralyzed life for the sake of my family. Time passed again. They said time is a healer but not for me. Then came the most crucial point of my life. Everyone in the family started acting like they were happy. Nothing happened. But the vacuum was unbearable. My marriage was the most crucial turning point of my life. It was a life-saving occasion. My words will fail to explain the magic my wife created to get that family on track. On a July 2009 morning, I saw something unbelievable. I saw something which I will never ever forget in my life. How will I tell you who you are to me? How will I tell you you are my life, my devotion, my peace, my happiness? You are in my breath and in my heart. You are in my sleep and in my dreams. You are in my present, in my past and in my future. You are my success. You are my defeat. How will I tell you I am nothing without you? You are my path. You are my destination. You are my identity. How will I tell you that you are my God? That was the day when I was blessed with a beautiful little cute angel-like daughter. When I took her into my arms, I cannot express the feeling. I knew there were only two options for me to live this life. Either I return back to my mom or my mom has to come back to me. That was the only agenda I had in my life. And that day was the most beautiful day of my life. I named her after my mom as Jhansi. That was the day when I danced in joy, screamed in excitement, hugged everyone who came to me, said that the end is really beautiful. Let us ask a question today to ourselves. What if we come to know at the end that the end is so beautiful? Maybe then we would have enjoyed it or at least accepted it right from the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all running the race of our life in laps, only to find that every finishing line is also the starting line. The biggest inspiration in our life is to believe that there is a beautiful end to the story. That is the only inspiration. The biggest motivation is to not to give up. And I believe in it. Before we finish this race of our life, will we not experience sufferings? Will we not face problems that we know we deserve? Will we not see difficult times? Yes, yes, and yes. The fact of the matter is, we all have a past, some of which we rather not like to talk about, or some of which we wish had never happened. When a runner runs the race, he only looks forward. He gazes at the finishing line. He does not look backwards or run backwards. No race in this world is finished by running backwards. My friends, in running it does not matter whether you finish first, in the middle of the pack or at the last. You can simply say I have finished the race and there is so much of satisfaction in it. Do not look back at the past and grieve over it. Do not be troubled about the future because that has gone. The biggest thing is you have to believe that the story has a beautiful end. The biggest inspiration is the story has a beautiful end. It's Toastmaster.